Hello and welcome to part 2 of the rating climb with the black pieces, where I'm primarily playing the King's Indian and E6 B6 setups. I'm playing against Twitch subs. Twitch, say hi to YouTube. YouTube, say hi to Twitch. You guys have been rescuing each other from different spots and writing SOS messages. It's 3 minutes and 5-second bonus. All of the rating points will be refunded at the end of the run. And I'm playing against people who are vetted. I know who they are, and that way fair play is not a concern. All right, let's go. We're gonna see today what we can accomplish. D4, you can start with knight f6 or d6. I'm gonna start with d6 just for, this gives the option for them to go here. So knight f6, g6, bishop g7. So this is actually what a King's Indian is. Normally, the King's Indian against just e4 is called the Pierz, but it is what it is. Castles. Now, which way is he gonna castle? Okay. And personally, I think this is the simplest version of the King's Indian. This might actually be a pure game. Okay? And you can put your knight on d7. I like knight c6. Now, you're not really worried about d5, and I'll show you why. I will show you why. This is very common. Anytime they do this, take, and then play e5. If they go here, you just go back, and then you play e5 anyway. So now, my opponent has a situation here in the center. What is he going to do? So now my opponent goes d5, and I'm going to not go in the center. Actually, I'm going to go knight e7. This game, we might actually get a picturesque King's Indian attack. Okay, future Chris gets stuff done. Okay, he goes here. Here, you can attack and he can take. I'll do that. You know what? Whatever. That's by far the simplest. But he might not want to trade. He might not want to trade. Let's see what he does. He does trade. So now, this is the position where a lot of King's Indian players struggle, because they want to come back and try to play f5. This is the whole point. This is like the $1 million plan. And he's supposed to go on this side. What I don't like is that his profile picture is stockfish. And I really hope... I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm not the world's biggest fan of him having stockfish as a profile icon. So now b4, he's playing correctly. Let's try to undermine this pawn with e5. I mean a5. This is very, very standard. Now b5 here is the best move for white. Just kidding, because then I can lock up the position. So now he doesn't have c5. That's actually not the best move. He should consider playing like this. But I was just hoping that he was, I need any advantage I can get. I have 0 way to back up the legitimacy of my opponent. Also, it turns out that this guy has only ever played 18 games. I checked the stats. The way we usually do this, in case you're wondering, how do we get opponents? These aren't random people. They're subscribers, and there's a sign-up process in the Discord. And normally it lets us see how many games they've played, how new the account is, because normally, like for sub-battles, for example, like when I play against, Hikaru, we don't want a guy to pop in that's like lost his last 30 games and threw all his rating down. And actually, I don't remember if it was the last climb. It was the last climb. A guy got banned. In part 1, a guy got banned for... fair play violations. So that was the first time a sub ever got banned in one of these things, which is crazy. I think it's crazy to get an opportunity to play a streamer and then, get banned. That's, that's wild. So we're careful. This guy, no, but I'm not worried here. I'm just saying more in general. So you guys see what I'm doing here? This is how you attack in the King's Indian. You make sure the queen side is locked, and then you take with the pawn to create this little pawn barrier. Attack on the G file. This is a thing. And if takes, I'm very happy here. Black is much better here. Black is very happy. Okay. That's a blunder because I have the move knight f4. Now it's just game over because the queen is hit, the bishop is hit, and now the best move for him is queen d1. He has no other move to maintain defense of his bishop. Queen d1. I generally feel like I know if a person is cheating. Yeah. Yeah, queen takes, that's why you don't stream snipe. I think Cobalt might be new to this whole trickery. That's checkmate. The best move is queen f3, but, oh, not that. Queen f3. But if queen f3 was played, then I would have taken the bishop, and obviously we're doing pretty well. E4, bishop comes in. I mean, maybe he wasn't sniping, maybe he just made a blunder. But this was actually the perfect King's Indian. This is exactly how I like to play this. And you can play the bishop out and then take and play like this, or just play knight c6. Oh, he actually did just blunder? Okay, so it's just funny when I predict it. So you take, lock the center, drop the knight back, and go for this f5 push. Important not to get hit with some knight move, but he has no knight. This bishop is terrible, stuck between the pawns. So basically white kept what, you know, did his thing in the opening. This is a very important move to keep in mind. Lock the queen side, and then just, I mean, I played king h7 as a waiting move. Notice that I didn't push or take, right? Because if I push, I mean, maybe I can create some attack, but I wanted him to take me. Wanted him to take my pawn, and that's where the big attack came, and we got all the pieces this way. So hopefully that was a good game, you know, to get you guys started here. Let's play another one. So Lechuguita. How many games does Lechuguita have? Over 1,500 games played on chess.com. All right, cool. C4, knight f6. Could have played d6 or this, but the setup is all the same. Now again, against c4, I mean, I think playing for the center is the best thing to do, but I want to be consistent. Don't pre-move this all the time. But there we go. So this is going to be, what's my opponent going to do now? Aha. Okay, so now bishop g4 is not as good. Last game, bishop g4 was better because he had a target here. Here, I just recommend take the center. There's no reason not to. No, that was a good game, Cobalt. Sorry chat is trolling you. They just, you know, it's much easier to sit watching the guy play and mess up than to actually, you know, be the guy messing up. So I'm going to do the same thing I did last game. You guys remember this little h6, king h7? What that does is it prevents any piece from coming to g5. And when I play f5, he can't put his knight in here. That's the point. Okay. That move opens up that square. So now I'm going to pop my knight in here, get his bishop. Now I have the two bishops. Now we're ready to play f5. So very standard. These first two games could be model games. I think these first two games can actually very much be model games. I mean, I'm a model and these are games, so model games. I think you guys all right, enough. Thank you for the primes though. Rogue, thank you all. When you take with pieces for staking with pawns, super general question, bad timing, you just don't have long to watch. When should you take with a piece versus a pawn? I mean, the short answer is, of course, it depends. The long answer, like, for example, should he take with the pawn or the queen? This opens the rook and helps him push in the center, but weakens this. This just, you know, maintains stability in the position. Both have pluses and minuses. Very tough to tell you in general. I would say as long as a move is not an obvious blunder of a pawn or a piece, experiment. As long as you're coming up with valid plans, experiment. Early on, taking with a pawn versus a piece is not going to win or lose you any games. But here, should I push or should I push or should I take? Of course I should push. Last game I shouldn't push because I didn't have a follow-up. But now, actually, you know, taking is also good. Because then I can move my bishop here. Wow, I actually don't know. They both look very good. Push, take, knight takes. I guess I'm not winning any material there. If take, bishop g4, then I can bring in my knight. What if I do nothing? What if I just stall? Stalling Steven. And here's another idea. I can play f4, then take his knight, which is protecting that square, and then take with the pawn. And that's good for me. Take the e4 pawn. They all look good. They all look good. But like I said, you know, just because you're getting this attack doesn't mean... Okay, oh, that loses. That loses. Black to move. Looks like I can't move. Except I can. Because I'm attacking his queen. f4 just wins. So this has been an idea, but now it actually comes with an oomph effect. And it's a blunder. So it looks like he's pinning me, but he's not, unfortunately. Sub battle is in like 5 hours, guys. Well, for you guys watching on YouTube, sub battle probably already happened. Check out the videos. Yeah, but now he just loses his bishop, and once you lose the bishop... I mean, this attack is just so powerful. It's so powerful. You see, 2 games in a row, we got 900s who, you know, developed their pieces confidently, and then immediately once we started going for f5, another really strong idea here, just taking this pawn, you might take back because it's right there, and forget that this is happening. Yeah, I think he might see it, but the problem is, even if he moves this, rook clobbers in. I mean, he just can't guard this. Wow. No, this is like 2 very nice games, actually. And hopefully they show you how to use these kind of King's Indian attacks. In part 1, we didn't really get a chance to play like a pure King's Indian attack. Okay, so he's attacking my bishop. I mean, nothing complicated, just move. Is King's Indian good for aggressive players? I don't think that when you're a beginner, you have a playing style. I'm not gonna lie. I was always a coach. Okay, so I can take, but the best thing to do here is to reinforce, or reinforce like this. Take in an advantageous way too. I've always been a coach that's always said you can't just put a label on yourself, you know? Like, I think you need to try to be good at everything, but understand that early on, most of your games will be decided by tactics. Guys, hey YouTube, you made a Twitch account to move over to Twitch. Not every country uses Twitch. That's the thing. Like, I don't want people, you know, if people have no one that they watch on Twitch, it's gonna be a lot harder for them to come over. So I am okay with whatever. Aren't all beginners aggressive? Not at all. Some beginners are very, very, you know, timid. They're very worried that they're going to be blundering. So yeah. Can I sack a queen for checkmate? No, that doesn't work. So let's play queen f8. I couldn't go queen f6. I can take and play queen f6, but queen f8, yeah. So this just threatens a check, and his whole position just fell apart. Now rook g2, knight f3, check, king h1, queen h4, rook h2, queen h2, checkmate. Or here, and the knight and queen here are devastating. I'm so wholesome, thank you. And yeah, I mean, again, another game where we did our setup and we just got into our offensive flow. Like, knight forward, you know, he gave me this opportunity, and we didn't make a single backwards move in this game, did we? Look at that. Forward, 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 forward. Every move we went forward. One move. One move we went back because we wanted to get out of danger. But every move, and I mean, this move isn't quite forward, but it's trying to go forward. So just an example of, and okay, that's backwards, but it's mate, so I think it gets an exception. But it's just an example of how aggressively this opening can come together, but in a very coordinated way, not in like a drunk bar fight way, you know? Okay, Locktos is not online, or lost cause. So I'm gonna go to Glushka Barak. Guys, if you sign up to play, I mean, you gotta be in live chess. I don't know. E46. This is a vulgar song. Y'all don't hear it though. Alright, so this is a, same-ish. So now we don't get our bishop g4. Okay. The e5. So this is gonna be tough. This is gonna be tough. So he's fighting me here. So what I'm going to do is I am against this because there's no Oh, but he just blundered. Okay, he's fighting me, but he just gave me a free pawn. Now he should go here. But see, even though he trades my bishop, it's not worth the cost of a pawn. That's the only thing. It's like, yes, he's going to try to attack me now. And okay, he goes here. Let me screw in this knight. So I can take, but let me guard with the pawn. So, I mean, again, I didn't do anything crazy. He just blundered in the opening. Now bishop e6, and we go for this. Now, opposite side castling. We haven't had a guy castle this way. This is what you're supposed to do. I mean, when you play, like, long castles against King's Indian, you need to get into your attack a little bit faster. Take with the bishop or the knight. I'm going to go here. Okay, let's see what he takes with. Probably this is smarter. But I don't know. Like, this move is also fun. Yeah, rook c8 seems pretty normal. I don't have, like, a huge attack. I would like to go here, but he just takes my queen. Losing a queen is bad if there's anything you need to learn. So now I'm just up a pawn. Now, again, he has a certain game plan here that is the best game plan. I don't know if he's watching the stream. That game plan, oh, there it is. That is the move. So now, if this, it's a little dangerous. But let's teach you how to absorb the pressure. So first of all, my golden rule is h4, h5. Like, if h4, h5, just don't let them get what they want. Don't be afraid of pushing the pawn in front of your king. You might have to do it. Okay? Have I ever considered legally changing my name to Jimothy? See, YouTube, we don't have this sort of banter anywhere else. This is like prime time right here. Okay, take it. And this is why you do it. Now he loses a defender of this pawn. We hit the queen. Now we see the whole other problem here. And that's it. Knight c3 is just unstoppable. Always keep this in mind when they castle. Check. Now let's see what happens. He might be inclined to go guard his rook. Okay, he just gives me the rook. That's mate. That is a back rank checkmate. That is not mate, because the queen is protecting it. Rook c1 is mate. He's busted. He's busted. But he should have gotten into his attack a little bit faster, and he needed to lock the center. He just blundered the d4 pawn. He got too excited. You have to go d5 first. You have to go d5. And I could just go here, because that's still a mate threat. If he takes my horsey, I have this. Also, there's this idea, tactical idea. d3 was a move, yes, yes. Both of these moves are good. I think this move wins faster, but they're both good. Okay, he takes, check, mate. 3 games, 20 moves each. So, again, the Samish is very good. It's a very good system, but you've got to lock the center. Like, you have to go here. And if he had done that, I was going to go here. This is different because normally they have a knight and they just take. But if take, we have a very nice idea here. Knight takes e4, hitting his queen with the bishop. And if he goes here, we see the problem. There's all these tactics if his king is in the center with the dark squared bishop on the queen in the center of the board. So that's kind of a nice little trick that we could have gotten there. I was hoping that maybe this would happen. The best thing for him to do here is to play knight e2, and probably again I would have just screwed in the knight, and then this would have been a more complicated position. But he just blundered his d4 pawn, and then his attack wasn't fast enough. By then I was already fast with my attack. All right, let's give Loctos another chance. Loctos is, or Lost Cause is just not online. He signed up for the sub battle. I mean, not the sub battle. He's just not online. All right. Crash, can we maybe replace him? Okay, c4. I'll start with d6. I don't know why Lost Cause signed up but isn't playing. Knight f6. g6. Interesting. He's playing a... okay, this is a very solid version of it English. I'm just going to play knight c6 and then e5. I mean, I could have played e5 first. Okay, so this is very boring. Let's see how he does it. Oh, we've had a structure very similar. I mean, d4 is not bad. Okay, so now h6. You guys have seen me do this already. Okay, so now I guess king h7 is good. Bishop e6. You guys saw me do this in the one last time. Okay. Queen d7. Now bishop h3. Take. And now again, I want to play this move. Knight h5, maybe. Knight e8 is also possible. You need to get this going. Or here, let's go here. Now he can't go here. He could go here, but I'm not too worried. I mean, again, I could have played a5, but he goes here, I just bring my knight back. Once this hits, it's going to be a big problem. Okay. Is the full stream going on YouTube? Probably. We'll see. There's b5. I could go to d4, but I don't want to trade. Let's be non-confrontational. Does that attack anything? No. f5. And if I ever need it, I can boot the knight. So his knight is very nice. He is playing well. But I'm getting into my King's Indian attack, and he's, I don't know, putting pieces on squares. I'm getting into my King's Indian flow here with f5. Well, this is good. This is good. This will really help people out, I think. Okay, that is a smart move, though. Here? Man, that's a... I did not expect that. Oh my goodness, wait. There is something here. He can just take that. Wow. Okay, I think I have to throw in this move. Wow. If queen f7, he just takes. That's a fake defense, because then he has knight e7. I don't know if he saw that, but my goodness, that is vicious. Now, I think I have to say that it was not good for me to go knight d8. It was probably better for me to just go here, but... Or knight e7. Knight e7 to stop knight d5 was better than knight d8. I played knight d8 because I figured in the long run this would be better. Knight on e7 doesn't have as much forward movement, and I have c6. But he's playing pretty well. Crunchy PB says, hey Levy, just crossed 1,000 rapid for the first time yesterday watching your vids. Thanks for all the content. You're welcome. I'm really confused because... That move hangs a knight 3 different ways. What? Like, did Stockfish crash or something? What was that? That was... I don't know, that was really weird. That was very strange. I don't know. That's a joke, but... Okay, oh, now he's back. He's back with a vengeance. Okay, so now I'd rather he doesn't get any counterplay down this wing, so I'm just going to play the move c5 and close the position. Yeah, that was very strange. I don't really know why he hung a knight that way. That was very strange. So anyway, yeah, the guy that just wrote that he was 1,000 rapid, his last message was, who's a better kisser between me and Hikaru? So I don't know what's going on in that guy's world, but I'm just happy that chess is part of it. You know, was it a joke? No, guys, it was. We've never had a cheater. We've had one cheater in like 20 of these videos. Like, I mean, being a sub. I mean, imagine paying per month, subscribing to a channel because you support the guy and then cheating. Now, some people. Okay, so. Oh my god, he has knight. Oh my god, I completely forgot my queen blocks my knight if I play knight e6. I was gonna go knight d4, but he just takes. Okay, well, whatever. I'll move on. You know, knight f5, you know, maybe rook f8, g4, something like that. That's not a good move. Always look for checks. And then this. Oh no. Yeah, I mean, if he had taken my pawn, I had the same trick. I was going to take it with the rook. And then if queen takes, I had that. This just wins the queen. Very weird game. I mean, again, we're winning in like 20 moves, but that one was pretty solid until it wasn't. Okay, let's... Oh my goodness. I'm very sad. I mean, this was a very competitive... Let's see if I can pre-move checkmate. What is going on? This guy's 1,000. What happened? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That was very strange. That was a weird game. I mean, but we did our thing, man. We did our thing. We did our thing. We just played a King's Indian, exactly how it should be played. And then, I mean, this man gave me a present. Like, what am I supposed to do? I mean, man gave me a gift. You see, guys, let's be respectful. I mean, it was a good game. Enough with the jokes. Not every single player needs to come back from their game against me, you know, claiming to have cheated. It's funny like once, and then, all right, Hanko, come on, don't delay this. All right, d6. Oh, this is old school. Life Jennings, Snoop Dogg. You just hear my voice. Okay, this is the Peerts. This is not the King's Indian, but similar setup. You queued before access, but it doesn't. Okay, so what's your chess.com username? Go here. Same setup. Chat, you should say hi to yourself. What's up, Jack? What a game, 365. You're higher rated than him. So it ranks you. We sort by rating. We don't. It's not first come. We serve by. I mean, I can play you. I can definitely play you. You're technically you're last. I mean, I'm happy to give you a game, but you're gonna have to wait a little bit because you're the highest rated, and I'm kind of moving up. So say hi to yourself in the future, and then on YouTube put a tag of when you said hi to yourself. Try to remember who I was playing, and then. Okay. So solid setup. Now e5. Now I've taught this to a lot of beginners. This is what you do. Now, you can can also play knight d7, knight e7. We're going to get into our offensive flow. I feel like the King's Indian's a very flowy opening, you know? Like, your thing. Okay, so here you can take, but I really want him to go here. But I will give you a game. Let's look at a game where the center is like this. It's much more fun when you can attack, but when the center opens up like this, it's not possible to really attack so easily. So I like knight d7 here. The idea of knight d7 is to go knight b6, so he should play knight a4 or knight d5 to stop that. One of these two moves, or bishop b3, or just give me this guy. The power on, I mean, the bishop on g7 is so good. That bishop is a killer, and if they blunder in one move, then, I mean, we snatch it up and that's it, you know? That's a bishop. But here's the thing. It's not, guys, it's not that I'm, you know, like, I'm bullying a lower rated player. It's more of, you can win like this too. If you're watching this and you're 900, try to apply. That's the whole point of recording these things. It's the fact that you're gonna get these same patterns in your own games. Like, that's it. That's like the whole point of this thing. And that's why I do it. Like I said, all these people get a rating refund. So, you play me, you lose to me. At the end of the climb, you will get your 15 points back. Whatever, 5 points or something. Give him a check. It's not the best move, I don't think, but... yeah, they are rated games, because again, it's a rating climb. It can't be a rating climb. E4 is not hanging, my friend. That is... No, no, no. No, no, no. What if they win? Then they get a refund anyway. Thank you, Super Chica. So that's why you guys should sub on Twitch. You have an opportunity to play me. I'm just gonna trade the queen. I can go for the win with the queen, but if I trade the queen, then it's a like. And if you're already a sub, you should join the Discord. And if you're on YouTube, you should get Discord. Join the community. It's where Twitch and YouTube comes together. We have 7,000 people in the Discord. It's a pretty big Discord. People talk about chess, talking about life, talking about whatever it is they talk about. All right, we have now traded. The king is cut off on the back rank. We need to bring the last rook. He's pretty sad. Oh, you bought the e4 course as well? Look at that, man. Subbed and got the e4 course. What a beast. You will not regret that decision. The lines in the e4 course are, ooh. Spicy, spicy, spicy. Okay, let's just simplify this too. This is the easiest. Boom, boom. Rook and knight versus king and pawns. Alright. Wish you would speed it up a little bit. You could jump ahead in the video player. You're bored. You gonna try to sneak that pawn past me? You might play b5. And then this is why you can't just pre-move. Okay, he just resigns. Again, this setup. Now, you can play an early bishop g4 because there's going to be positions where they play h3 and you don't get this bishop here. You can try to experiment with that if you'd like. But this is exactly what we go for. Now, if he had played rook back, I was going to go here, and then we were going to play this position. I was going to try to play him in this position. Try to show you guys how to play this position, which is just equal. This is when the King's Indian is going to be at its most boring, but... I am apparently receiving some coaching in the chat. You had rook f1 earlier, and it was better than the queen move. Here? Yes, you're right. That actually is checkmate in 2. How did I miss that? How did I miss that move? Wonder what I thought here. That's literally just mate in 2. Because if here I take, if here I take. Well, a guy on YouTube saw a checkmate in 3 that I missed. He likes timestamped it. Wow. Wow. Nice. Am I a positional or a tactical player? I'm just a you know, a god-loving man who just plays chess and does this thing. All right, swear, come on, d6. Nice find. Why did I miss rook f1? Huh, don't know. Somebody on YouTube is now going to comment, wow, what a humble I am. He just admits mistakes. That was silly. Jay Bruni, thank you for the prime. Remember that if you sub to the channel, you can join the Discord and get into this queue when we do it. Let's see if Sawyer was watching. Okay, you should go h3. Okay. Same setup as last time. I like this bishop g4. But you should also try to experiment with the 2 fianchetto setup. Okay, let's go knight c6. Now that's the idea. If this, then this. If this, then still this, and then popping. Okay. Gonna go here? Wow. It's like the Matumbo thing. Already big trouble here for my opponent. Big trouble. See, you can farm some points. King g2 was the better move. King g2 was the better move because king g2 instead of king h2, you don't run into this. So, oh, whoa, what? He looked around. I think that's what happened there. He thought he didn't see what my whole point was, and I guess I don't know. But he should have known that I wasn't giving him a piece. He says, ouch. Ouch indeed. I mean, let's be honest, it was ouch here. It was already ouch here, but that's why you always have to look for checks. I'll bring this bishop back, keep the bishop on the board. Alright, now we need to find a way forward. Don't resign, swear, don't resign. There's still plenty of, like, it doesn't matter. Even if you would resign in a normal game, like, it's still instructive how to win this with black because I can't move that many pieces. Good, fantastic, this is excellent, great. I'm gonna go here. Oh, we're very humble, stop it. Stop it. I'll go here. Check. Chess TV? Yeah, what about it? What about Chess TV? Hi, Chess TV. I haven't cursed in like an hour. It's like a record. Somewhere God is like, what is wrong with this man? Aha, great move. Now I have to play a move that hits the bishop and maintains an attack here. No. I'm not gonna trade this bishop because a few moves ago I said I'm not gonna give the bishop away, and then someone always trolls me on YouTube. They're like, Levy always says like, I'm not gonna trade this piece, or I'm not gonna do this, and then does it like 3 moves later. I'm not trading off my dark squared bishop. I listen to you. So this is an issue. I'm getting a rash on my arm. That's good. What is the opening that I'm playing called? No idea. It's not in, no clue. Can't tell you though, even if I did know. King's Indian. King's Indian. See, the YouTubers, they have the advantage. It's in the stream title, it's in the description, it's in everything. But if you just pop in on Twitch, then you wouldn't know. King's Indian defense. Take the bishop. We munch, we feast, and we trade the rooks. But Every game that we have played today is decisive for black by move 20, basically. And yes, you have me playing with the black pieces, and that's not, you know, I'm just saying, like, yes, at the end of the day, it's just a matter of opponent. But really what's happening here, beyond the fact that the opponents are just weaker to begin with, it's more of, it seems like 1000s get out to a good position in the opening, right? They get to a good position in the opening, but if you impose your will on the game and you start to create attacks and you start to attack on a certain side of the board or put pressure, folks cave. It's just what happens. Now I'm trading this because we finally have enough of an advantage that it doesn't matter. So, how am I getting black every time in a rated game? Because I have a match command. So I have a list of opponents and I give them the white pieces every game. That's how we do these climbs. These aren't random games. That mate in 1? No, because he's trying to skip this way. Let's go. That's mate in 2. Mate in 2. Nice. Queen takes f2. Queen f4 and queen takes f2. Checkmate. There's a couple of other ways to do that, but that's mate. Nice. And the pawn covers. Nice. We traded. We brought in the queen. Relatively straightforward game. Alright, tilted David. Let's go. Go big boss. We'll play like 3 or 4 more people. Hello? Thank you. Hog. Let's go. I've played it actually every single time. Like, last video, I played... Maybe in my last few games, I'll play e6, b6. You know, I've been doing some e6, b6 as well. So notice how this game, very similar to the last game. Like, almost identical, actually. I think the last guy played bishop e3. But this bishop has been here a lot. This has now appeared, yes, but I just call it King's Indian because I don't really care. Okay, so I only take if he attacks me. Otherwise, I just play knight c6. No, I actually like e6, b6 better than King's Indian at my level. At beginner level, tough to tell. I don't know, very tough to tell. I don't know which one is better. Okay, d5. Yes, this is standard. Which one should I go for? Should I go for takes and then knight e5? Should I just play knight e5? Let's take first. And then I can go here, but that's very boring. Oh, I should probably teach you guys how to play boring positions too. But it's so boring. The hardest thing, the question is, the hardest thing to do... Hardest thing to do... Whoa. Was that a slip? If that was a slip, I'm just gonna wait like 10 seconds. Like, if it was a blunder, it was a blunder. But he's not writing to me whether or not it was a slip. Okay. I'll be nice. I have no idea. That's the thing. Like, if it, like, I mean, okay. Okay, fine, let's trade. Take my knight. I'll be nice. Very rare occurrence, but I'm being nice. Okay, take my knight, please. There you go. Okay. Well, now I have f5. Let's also play c6. No, there is no take-back option. There's no take-back option. That's how real chess should be played. What the heck is a take-back? You don't get take-backs in regular chess. Yes, I'm good guy Jimothy, exactly. I'm offering this trade because that pawn's very strong. He plays here, which pins me, but hangs a pawn. And normally taking a pawn like this is a little bit ridiculous, because it's like, what is this doing? But that pawn used to do this. If this, then this. Leeches is better because there is a takeback option. Wow. Just because of that? Okay. Okay. The resident 800 in the chat is like, there's a website out there that lets me take back moves instead of getting punished for my mistakes. I like it. This is threatening this. I have to be a little bit careful here. I'm going to play this move. It's not the prettiest, but I'm going to do it. Let's also not forget, I am no longer defending my knight. So my next move has to be this. Has to be this. Okay, so I'm not going to take because that helps his queen get in the game, but I'm going to drop this guy back. So now if take, rook h3, it looks really strong. It does, but I'm not getting checkmated just yet. Let's see if he plays for that. Let's see if he puts the puzzle pieces together here. Take here. Let's just take it. Okay, I mean, he has to, right? Like, I mean... Please say hi to me. I am a huge fan. Hi, a huge fan. I'm Levy. Nice to meet you. Okay. CD5. Song name? What are you talking about? There's no song playing. YouTube, you guys hear song? I don't hear any music. Trying to defend. So, again, this is the best plan. And then I can play rook h8 and cocoon defense. That is a good move. Okay. Oh, that's a bad move, because then this. Let's trade this guy. You're a relatively small fan at 5'3"? That's a giant fan. What? I have a fan that's like this tall. Rook's at b3. Okay, let's trade the rook. I'm still up a horsey. Okay, with the move queen a5, I'm aiming for a2. So he should play a3 or rook b2. Only two ways to defend. Oh, actually, a4 also defends. This queen is protecting, so I want to play queen to a2 here. Pick up some pawns. That's not mate. That is a sneaky sneakster. That is a that's a sneakaroo right there. I'm gonna bring the knight back. Have I always been like that, or did you develop it with time, the deadpan humor? What? I've never made a joke in my life. I'm always serious. I take the art of streaming very seriously. That's a little bit insulting, I'm not gonna lie. What? You want a guy that just makes jokes, man. You gotta go to the Ben Feingold channel. I don't crack jokes. This is a serious stream, and I'm very focused on chess improvement. And I'm still upset he said that. I'm not gonna lie, like that. I mean, that is just people nowadays, huh? Yeah, let's give him a check. He's threatening checkmate. To his credit, he is the only guy today that has made it this far as to threaten a checkmate. Now, the best way to prevent that is this, but I'm gonna pretend to make a mistake. He said, well played. Yeah, the queen protects the square from a distance. Okay, that was mean. Again, I am laughing for instructional purposes. I'm not laughing at my opponent. All right, check. Now, the easiest thing to do here is to plant the rook and just push the pawn. Plant the rook, take back. And that's it. His king cannot break through the little rectangle on which it is standing. I will make another rook. I will convert this by going for the checkmate known as the La Dure. We have achieved the La Dure checkmate. Now, this game was interesting. It was a very boring game. Well, it would have been boring if this had happened. And the way you play this is you try to slowly create imbalance. That's really what I try to do, because the pawn structure is the exact same. This is kind of the most boring position you can get. Like, I would have played c6 here, rook c8. This was my plan. Something like this. Maybe not, because there's a way to lose the a7 pawn. But just in general, like queen d7, c6, look for some sort of imbalance, trade a pawn, maybe reroute the horsey, something like that. In reality, the best thing to do here to create a serious level of imbalance is to not play knight c6 because they can go here, but to play knight d7 without moving the b8 knight at all. And then try to play e5, because then your knight doesn't have to go anywhere. So for example, something like this might happen, and this is exactly what you want, because now you're going to get your f5 thing, okay? So that can happen. All right, we're going to pause here just for a quick second, and then we're going to play a few e6, b6 games.